So thickness also you can vary, increase or decrease like that. So these parameters students should use for calculating the Young's modulus. Then I can increase the distance between the knife edge. So we have fixed a pin here. So it is in the inverted position. So take the reading, you should touch the horizontal crosswire. So there is a arrow mark here. So if you press this, slightly move. The scale. கரெக்டா இல்லை சார் இதை ரொட்டேட் பண்ணுங்க. இதெல்லாம் தனியாக தான் இருக்குது. அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். So now we can, by clicking this arrow, so what happens? The pin comes down, it touches the horizontal crosswire. Now we have to take the reading. So near the vernier scale, if you click this, you can enlarge the vernier and main scale. Now you can easily take the reading. For example, the main scale reading is 5.35 centimeter. You can also see the vernier scale coincidence. So the vernier scale coincidence among the 50 divisions you check. So for this current measurement, it is 8. Okay. So in this way, we can take the readings. By re-clicking the same, it will go. So just I am re-clicking. So the vernier, the enlarged version goes. Now I can add the, increase the mass. Another 50 gram I add. So again, I have to adjust the microscope. See, if I click this point, what happens? The pin is coming down, it is touching the horizontal crosswire. So again, we can take the reading. So now, so it has the scale has changed, the reading has changed. So previously it was 5.35 like that. Now it becomes 5.7. So we can also check the coincidence. So it is around 40, 41, 45. So in this way, you can very easily do the experiments by adding weights, loading, that is called loading. Then we can remove the weights, that is called unloading. Normally in physics lab, we will use the vernier calipers to find out the breadth and the thickness using screw gauge. Here it is not the case. So here we are fixing the parameters and finding out the, taking the readings. So the result will also come here. So for by fixing various parameters, so there is a format here, we can find out the Young's modulus of the material. So it is 1.1 into 10 power 10 Newton per meter square. So if you have any doubt, please raise, madam. So regarding this non-uniform bending experiment.
Sendal, sorry to interrupt you.
Madam, please.
Yeah. Usually when you do this experiment in a real-time lab, you calculate the shift for some 550 grams or 100 grams, right? So where does this come here?
Madam, what we suggest our students is to note down the readings and do the calculations, tabular column, everything he has to have in his notebook. So he has to
manually.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Otherwise, he may not know how it comes like that.
Yeah, the only difference between the real-time lab and virtual lab is that here you are fixing the breadth and thickness, where in the real-time lab we are calculating it using vernier caliper and screw gauge. But yes, here you are loading the load the
masses.
You calculate the microscope readings by loading and unloading, right? Note on the microscope readings. And my question is, you are not really tabulating them, right? And calculating the shift as you do in our real-time lab. So how do you, how do you get the result instantaneously?
So this
is the simulation being tailored to give the result instantaneously?
We suggest the students don't
my question is, how do you try to incorporate this shift in the formula and get the result?
Yes, madam. So in the animation part, they have done
this hidden the simulation, right?
Yes, this will be the result. They have fixed
hidden
already.
Simulation. Okay,
yes,
okay. Oh yeah, sure.
They have fixed. This will be the result we can take like that. But the students has to perform as in the real lab. So he has to note down the readings for loading and unloading. As you said, he has to find out the depression.
So probably we can ask the students to compare the results they have calculated with the result shown in the simulation, right?
Yes,
that's probably one confirmation we can do, right? Yeah.
Definitely. For the past 4 years, we have done like that. He will perform the experiment here for 1 hour. He will note down the readings and do the calculations. Parallelly, he will do the same experiment in physics lab. And he will note down both the things will be recorded and he will understand easily. So
it's a sort of a combination of real-time lab and virtual lab, right? So
yes, madam.
Yeah.
So he will enter the lab with some pre-idea. So this will be like this. Otherwise, he may not know how to handle the equipment and all. Something will happen. So this virtual labs supports us how to handle an equipment like that.
Gravity change
Madam, can I go to the next experiment, madam?
Yeah, sure. You go to the next experiment.
So the second experiment I want to discuss is temperature coefficient of resistance.
I hope there are no doubts regarding these experiments for the participants. I think since they are keeping silent, let us presume that there is no doubt as far as Young's modulus is concerned.
Doubt will come while they perform the experiment, madam.
Yes, sure.
Because they are not doing hands-on session, they are just listening. So since yesterday also we were discussing with us.
I have asked some of my faculty members to watch the proceedings in the mobile and use Amrita V Labs to do the experiments also. So I think one or two teachers are doing that.
Okay, madam. So this will definitely bring a curiosity among them, madam. Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
So we will share the username and password what we are having. Let them do in their home or college. So later on we can contact the Amrita University itself. So to give the separate username for each faculty and each student of your institute, madam. That will be very useful.
Okay.
So this is the second experiment, madam, temperature coefficient of resistance. So the model circuit is given, madam, but the components are separate. Now what I have to do is I have to give the circuit connection. So these are all known resistance. I have to connect. So if we put the hand symbol in the terminal, it shows where I should connect. See, it is very, even though I don't know where to connect, it is helping me how to connect the. Okay. So this experiment is done for the known resistor first to find out the resistance per unit length, the row value that all of you might know. So here is the galvanometer is there. So now I am varying the position of the jockey to find out the L1 value. See, so it is showing some null deflection. So I have to fix the jockey at that position. So if you very carefully, if I move.
Okay, around.
So now we get the L1 position.